Hi Jasmine, it's Mrs. O'Neill, and I am going to do some cooking with you today. Okay, so I'm just going to video everything that I'm doing here, and you can watch the video and you can try it yourself, and then we can talk about how it went. All right, now one day we will do this together, but for now, this is an idea that I came up with, so we'll see how it goes and see how this works out for you. So the first thing I'm going to do is talk about all the things that I have gathered here that I'm going to use, okay? So you can see the tools that I'm going to use, and then you can repeat it at your house, okay? So, first of all, I've got I'll make the hot chocolate first, all right? So I've got the hot chocolate packet. You've got the box. The directions are on the packet and the box. I'm not sure if you have something to magnify this to help you read it. There are apps that can read things for you. I'm not sure what you have at your house, okay? So that'll be one thing you can figure out. But I'm going to put my reading glasses on so I can read it. It says, empty delicious cocoa into the mug. So I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to pour it all into the mug. Then it says, add 8 ounces of hot water. For richer taste, add milk. So I can either heat up water or I can heat up milk. Then it says, stir, sip, savor. You deserve it. All right, so I'm going to do what it said first. I'm going to tear the top off, and I don't want to tear this bag up too much because I want to read the directions. I might have to reread. I might not remember all of those steps. So here's my mug. I got kind of a big mug, all right, and I'll show you how I'm doing this. If you have other ideas about how you're going to do it, then you can try it a different way, okay? So I'm going to pour it into my mug. I got kind of a big mug, even though I'm only going to use 8 ounces of water, which will not fill this mug up, okay? But it'll give me plenty of room to stir and add some whipped cream or something if I want, okay? So what I'm going to do is I have 2 options. I've got a teapot, all right? I can pour water into my teapot, and I can measure out 8 ounces and pour it in there, or I can put 8 ounces of water in this measuring cup, and I can heat it up, okay? So I have to look on the measuring cup. Either way, I would use the measuring cup because I'd want to put the exact amount of water in here so I would know for sure that I had the right amount. So I think I'm just going to heat it in the microwave because I know you said you like to use the microwave and you may not have a teapot, so anyhow. But there's more than one way to heat up water is the point here. All right, so I'm going to fill this up to 8 ounces, and I am going to use water. I'm not going to worry about using milk. I'm turning the water on. You can hear the water going. Okay, I filled it up. And this is a step that you might have a hard time with. You could figure out how to put your finger down to where the line is for the 1 cup mark. Somebody might have to help you find it though, okay? So if you were cooking a lot and you had a measuring cup of your own, you could make a darker line, put a piece of tape or something there. You could find different tactile ways to mark it if you wanted to. That would help you with the measuring, okay? So now I've got to get this water hot because it's not hot, it's room temperature, all right? So I've got my microwave is right behind me, all right? I'm gonna put this into the microwave, and I'll move this out of the way since we're not using it. Opening it up, putting this in, and I'm not sure exactly how long it takes to boil the water, and we really don't need it to boil, we just need it to get hot. So I'm going to put it on 2.5 minutes because I think 3 minutes would really be boiling, and I think 2.5 will be enough to make it hot, okay? So here I go. I'll bring this over so you can see what I'm doing. Oops, wrong way. Sorry, hope I didn't make you dizzy there. There's the microwave keypad, and you probably have a different microwave, all right? But in my microwave, I'm going to press the buttons. I'm going to press 2, 3, 0, because that's 2 minutes and 30 seconds, all right? And then I'm going to press start, and it also has a little arrow like a go, and stop has an X. They're right next to each other, but this one has an arrow. And you can also put things on your microwave, tactile things, dots. We can do that sometime to make it where you can easily find some of the buttons that you need to find, okay? Or you can just memorize it. People do things differently. So you can hear the microwave going. All right, I'm gonna put the phone back down. Oops, I better turn it around. There we go. All right, so microwave's going. While the microwave's going, we can discuss a couple of other things. When you're cooking, actually, first thing you need to do before you're cooking, and I did this, but I didn't show you, I washed my hands. So wash your hands first. I'm gonna make sure that I have something to hold the things that are hot, all right? So I have an oven mitt, I have a bigger oven mitt, and I have a smaller oven mitt. This smaller one's a little easier to control, but the bigger one covers up my wrist, so it gives me more protection and keeps me from, like, leaning something against my arm and burning it. The other thing I didn't show you that I meant to is that I have all of my things that I'm using, all of my materials, I put them on a tray. The tray is on my counter, but I'm putting all the things that I'm using on this tray, so it's really easy for me to find everything, okay? So I've got my mug here. I had my little envelope with the cocoa in it, and I'm going to just leave that on my tray so in case I need to refer to it. Oh, what else do I need? If I'm going to stir my hot chocolate, what do I need? A spoon, right? All right, so I'm going to grab a spoon, put the spoon on my tray, and then the other thing I might want to put in my hot chocolate is in my refrigerator. I'm walking over, and I'm finding whipped cream. And if you don't have whipped cream, maybe you have marshmallows, or you don't have to put anything in your hot chocolate. You can just drink it just the way it is, all right? So we're still waiting. We've got 20 more seconds or so before our water is hot. And the way to keep from burning yourself is to make sure you cover your hands. Now you can experiment with different things. These might not give you enough mobility in your fingers, and you might feel like you can't hold things tightly. So there are gloves, there are things that you can put on your hands to protect you that give your fingers more mobility. So we can also experiment with some of that stuff. All right, now when I'm getting this out of the microwave, it has a handle. Remember, it's a measuring cup. It has a handle. So I'm gonna turn the handle around. The handle is not supposed to be hot. Let me test it. Yeah, the handle is not hot. So I'm actually gonna pick it up by the handle with one hand, but I'm gonna take my other hand that has the oven mitt on it, and I'm gonna put that on the side of it because I don't wanna pull this out with one hand and tip it because it's got hot water in it. All right, and I can tell that the water's hot because there's steam coming out of it, okay? It's not bubbling, but it's hot enough for hot chocolate. So now I'm going to bring it over to where the mug is. Now I can hold onto the mug. I'm gonna pour this in, and I'm making contact. I'm making contact with the thing that I'm pouring the water into the cup with. It's contacting the edge of the mug so that I'm not holding it up in the air and possibly missing the mug. I'm making sure that I'm putting the water where it belongs, which is in the mug. And I'm gonna take my free hand, because I got a sturdy mug here. I'm using a mug that's pretty, it's not, a small mug. It's a nice big mug. So it's gonna sit here. It's not gonna move while I'm trying to stir. And I can just put my measuring cup right there on the tray. And I'm just gonna keep stirring this. I'm gonna go around clockwise and then around counterclockwise. And the key is I'm just making sure that there's not a clump of hot chocolate down in the bottom that did not get mixed with the water, okay? And I'm smelling it. It smells good. It smells chocolatey. And there's still steam coming out of it, so it's plenty hot. All right, now I think I'm done with that. I'm going to spray some of the whipped cream on there, okay? Here I go. And I don't know if you've ever used whipped cream, but it's pretty fun. The spray kind. So it's got a little nozzle here, and I'm going to make sure I point it down over the hot chocolate, and I press the little nozzle, and then it comes out. And there's whipped cream on top of my hot chocolate. Let me taste it and see how it is. It's really good. And 2.5 minutes was just right because it's not too hot to drink. It's actually just the right temperature, hot but not too hot. All right, so we'll remember that for future drink mixtures that we make, okay? All right, so that is the end of the hot chocolate video. I'm gonna make another video with the brownie, all right? So enjoy your hot chocolate and let me know how it went, okay? And I will talk to you later. Bye.